Yeah, I'm just wondering, it's 2 a.m. and you're still at your desk, you're copying and pasting emails, updating spreadsheets manually, and you're wondering in your head, where on earth do competitors who do more sales, who do more figures, more numbers than you have all the time in the world to be able to cope with all this hassle? But here is a kicker, only just 31% of businesses are fully automated a single function on their website. That means 7 out of 10 of us are still stuck doing tasks that AI should have been doing since yesterday. And if you're running a WordPress with WooCommerce, you are likely wasting 10 to 15 hours a week doing things that could literally run even while you're sleeping. Yes, I get it. You didn't build your website to become a full-time website clerk. But every time someone's buy from you, you manually follow up, new user sign up, another welcome email, someone abandon the cart, that's money walking away while you are still toggling your tabs. It's just truth. Your customers want speed, personalization, they want magic. But right now, you're doing the heavy lifting just by yourself by hand. Right now, let's change that. What if your WordPress site can run like a team of 10 on autopilot? New customers get customized onboarding flow, abandoned cart automatically recovered while you're having dinner, VIP customers upgraded, tagged, rewarded instantly. But here's the crazy part of doing all of this. 60% of businesses see return on investment from automation within a year, and then they have an average of 25 to 30% productivity boost. That's not just growth. That's your life back. That's game on. That's business at its peak. That's just pure magic. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how to unlock all of that on your WordPress website with a plugin called the Uncanny Automator. It's the most powerful automation tool for WordPress you probably have never used. If you're ready to automate your WordPress website like the big brands do, without even the big brand budget, then stick around. Let's build your first automation literally for free. By the way, I'm Das from Seok Media, and without further ado, let's get started into these tutorials already. As usual of me, I love to always start first from a product website. I just love to just check their website out to see more about their product. As you can see from here, Uncanny Automator is at automatorplugin.com. We'll leave a link to that in the video description. And then also you can find the free version of this plugin in the WordPress repository. I'm going to get to that real quick. You can automate your WordPress site with apps, and you can see that this connects with over 210 plus plugins and app. You can use a simple no-code visual builder, social media, delay and schedule, limit custom development, replace expensive plugins. Quite a number of things you can do here. You can connect to anything. So you can see, you can click this link here to be able to see the list of all of the integrations that you can have with this plugin. It's a fantastic plugin. You can see easy dynamic content, one-click installation, quite a number of things here. You can check them out. I'm sure you'll be amazed what you can really do with this plugin. So I really don't want to waste time on their website, but feel free to come here and check. You can also see feedbacks from people who love this plugin. For the purpose of this tutorial, I would be using a random generic WordPress website. This one installed with WooCommerce is an online store. I just want to use this for my use case. And this plugin is not just limited to WooCommerce, like I did told you. Maybe I should even check that out so that at least I'm not talking over your head. This would work with quite a number of WordPress plugins and other apps even outside of WordPress. So as you can see, this can integrate with ActiveCampaign, ACY mailing, advanced ad, advanced coupon. If you come down here, you can scroll through them. I'm not sure I can probably read all of them out. I will probably be spending a lot of time. You can see Baby Press, you can see Bricks Builder, campaign monitor. You can scroll down and down and down. Elementor, I love that. This will work with emails, easy digital download. You can integrate this with Facebook lead ad, Facebook pages. Amazing. You can integrate this with Slack. I love that too as well. With Instagram, with HubSpot. You can just go, you can check with Lindash in case you're selling courses, with LinPress, with Lifter Elements, with Cadence Theme. There is so much member press courses. In case you're selling courses with memberpress and then you want to integrate, you want to automate a lot of tasks, this integrate with Mautic. Mautic is one of the least talked about plugins in the WordPress repository today. Fantastic plugin there that can help you just send email sequences. Oh, fantastic. Bristow player, you can see them here. You can come down here. I did told you about Slack earlier. Thrive Architect, Thrive Lead. So depending on what you're using, really, Uncanny Growth, Uncanny Toolkit, one of my favorite plugin using Lindash. you know Quite a number of things here. WordPress multi-site, you can see this, enough of this. The amazing part of this is that it integrates with Zapier, and you know that if you can integrate this plugin with Zapier, Zapier alone would open you up to hundreds of other applications that you can integrate your WordPress website with. So that's crazy. That's a lot. That's mind-blowing. So for my use case, I just want to integrate this with WooCommerce. So let's see some automations we can do on here. If you scroll down here, you can see what is being sold on this WordPress website. So let's go to the backend and let's install this plugin real quick. So let's come to plugins. Let's come to add a new plugin. Let's search for Uncanny Automator. This plugin, as at the time I'm filming this, have 50,000 active installations and it has all 5 stars. Fantastic plugin here. So let's install this plugin and let's get started. Upon activating this, we have this prompt here for us to go through an onboarding process to be able to use this, and this literally promises you some perks. If you do this, you just need to connect to a free account, create a free account on Uncanny Automator, and then you can integrate with this. But I have a paid account. I'm not going to be going through this. I have a paid account here. I don't want to connect with this, so I can just literally just skip this. Yes, let's skip this for now. In your case, you can go through the onboarding process, but that's fine. Now, maybe later, because this is sincerely for tutorial purpose. A quick intro video here, but I'm just going to return to dashboard. You can come down by clicking here or just by clicking here to go back to our dashboard. And that's it. We have Automator installed on our WordPress website. So like I told you earlier, the free version of Uncanny Automator includes 250 app credits. You can use this with app integration like Slack, Google Sheet, Facebook, and more. So you can connect your site for you to be able to use that, at least to experiment to see how this awesome plugin work. If you come down here, you'll be able to see how you're using it and how many of your credit is left. If you come down here, you'll be able to see that you have Automator here. You can go to the setup wizard like I skipped earlier, and that's my dashboard. And the first thing we have here is all recipes. Recipes are just like combinations of actions and triggers on your WordPress website. So by default, if you are installing this plugin newly like I'm doing, you won't have any recipe. We're going to be creating one real quick. You can add a new recipe if you come down here, or you can do that here. And if you are using this plugin somewhere else, you can easily import that here in case you have your recipe already on one website. You don't need to create that all over your website. So you can easily import and export. And I think that's super good as well. And then you have recipe template, you have categories, tags, all integrations, all of your apps, your log status, add-on settings, and you can easily upgrade to Pro from here. Awesome stuff here. So without boring you, let's get started. Let's add a new recipe. 2 minutes walkthrough of this. Let's close this. Yes. All right. So first off here, you have 2 types of recipe. One for logged in users and a recipe for everyone on your WordPress website. If you select this recipe for logged in user, it means that this recipe can only be triggered by someone logged in into your WordPress website. But if you select recipe for everyone, apparently that means that anyone, whether logged in or logged out, can trigger this recipe. So let's start first with logged in user. We're going to come back to everyone too as well to show you what you can do with this plugin at the free and also at the pro level. So now let's confirm this recipe. All right, so I can give this recipe a title and then I can select integration. You can see from here I have WooCommerce installed, so I can add WooCommerce. I also have Elementor installed, so I can, based on the plugins you're using that are compatible with this plugin, you should be able to see them here. And there are some things you can do that are locked up in the Pro, like this will require Uncanny Automator Pro, and you can see for you to use WordPress multi-site, you will need the Pro version of the plugin. But again, let's leave that aside here. Since I'm using WooCommerce, let's focus on WooCommerce and let's see what we can do. So I'm going to select WooCommerce. For a second, let's just pretend as though I want to create customer engagement as a recipe. So let me give this a title as customer engagement. You can see that I have series of triggers here. If you just scroll down, you'll be able to see lot and lot of triggers. Unfortunately, most of them are logged in the Pro, and you can understand why that is if you look at what these triggers are. Imagine when a trial period to a subscription expires, an order with a specific product that is shipped. Those are real well targeted triggers. But again, we have two here. The first one here says when a user complete or pay for or land on the thank you page for an order with the product. That is if someone buys my product, which is fantastic here. So let's work with that first. So let's click into this. So that right now is a trigger. Somebody buys from me on my store. And if we come down right now, we need to now select an action. An action for this can be that we want to send a thank you email with product details and maybe some product recommendation, right? So that will be good for an action. So let's add an action, and from here you can see that you have series of actions that you can take. Unfortunately too as well, most of these actions here are locked in the Pro, and why some are not even connected. So you can see, for example, active campaign here is not connected because I have not connected active campaign to my WordPress website. So right now let's just work with default email here. So I can click into the email here to add the action. And you can see from here, I can then begin to customize my email. You can choose your content type. By default here is HTML. We can just use plain text. If you want to use that, a lot of people are comfortable using plain text. Maybe I should just go with that. And this would come from the admin email of this WordPress website. You can change that here to whatever email you want to use. You can take this out. You can just type an email here, and this will come from the site name. In case you want this to come from a different name from your site name, you can also specify that here. Now, who are we sending this email to? You probably don't even know who is buying from you at the time, so it's difficult to specify an email here. But again, don't worry, let me show you how you can easily use that. Just come up here. From here, just come down here and click this, and then you can see that you can specify the user email or admin email, but definitely we want to send this to the user email, which is fantastic. So you can see this has been automatically updated. And then reply to, you might want to specify maybe admin email there too as well. That's your email. So we can come down here, and then let's go to common. Let's just say admin email for this. You might want to copy or blind copy. Whatever it is you want to do is fantastic. So this is where you now need to put a subject to your email. And by default, I can just say thank you for buying. You can write whatever it is you want to write there, and then write all the details of your email here. So you can just come here and just say hi. Let's say you want to add the person's name here. So you can say hi, comma, and then space. Now you want the name of the person. As usual here, you can just come down here, and let's just come to common. And you can just scroll down. From here, you can see user email, user first name, user display name. I don't know how you have set up your own WordPress website, but if that person has a display name or a first name, you can choose whatever it is, or maybe even a last name, whatever it is you want to use. But I think user first name might just be good enough for this tutorial purpose. You can keep typing and say thank you for buying. You can customize this email as much as possible. If you come down here, let's just see all of the things you can probably use as customization. You can do calculations of the product the person have bought, post meta, user meta. You can see recipe run here for user and total. Fantastic stuff here. But if you come to common, you can see you can add recipe ID, recipe name, site tagline. You can see a lot of things here that you can customize this with. You can also come to date and time, current date, current time. You can specify that here. Fantastic tokens here that you can easily use. Feel free to customize this however you want to. I won't want to spend time doing that here because we have a lot to cover in this tutorial. So that's it. You can send an attachment here too as well to this email, and then you can send a test email here for you to see how this email work. And once you're done with your email, you can just save this, and that's it. We already had an action to this trigger. So the beauty about this is that we can add as many actions to our trigger. So now we've sent this user an email. Let's say that we want to add this user to another role once they buy. Perhaps once they create an account on your website, they are just subscriber. But again, you want to change their role to maybe customers, for example. Let's add another action here. And this time around, we're not sending an email. We want to work with WordPress since we want to change their user role. So you can see from here that we can add a new user role. We can add reply to a comment. So you can see you can automate comments even on your WordPress website. You can add the WordPress data to ensure requests for a user. You can change the post type. You can change the user role to a new role. You can create a new role. You can create a post. You can duplicate a post, duplicate a page, log the user out. You can see quite a number of things you can even do literally for free. And then quite amazing number of things you can still do again in the pro. But what we want to do here, since this person is logged in, is that we want to change the person user role to a new role. So let's click this. Right now, whatever role that person is, once this person buys from us, we want to change that from a subscriber and to maybe a customer. You can use whatever role you have designed on your WordPress website. You can save this, and that's it. We will now have another action there. Again, I want you to note that you can add another trigger. So for this campaign, for this recipe here, which is customer engagement, you might want to have more than one trigger. For example, this is when somebody buys from you. What if we just want to trigger this when somebody just view a product, not even buying it, just viewing it? We can add that trigger. But again, you want to be very careful because whatever trigger you set here will go with this action. And the action here, which is to send somebody a thank you for buying from you, may not necessarily go with a trigger where you want to display when somebody view just the product and not buy from you. What I will do in that case is to create another recipe for this, and I'll get to that shortly. If you click into our product here, we can specify the product that we want to trigger this for. It could be any product, it could be specific product on your store. So it means that you can create this recipe for different products. But for this case here, I'm just going to leave this as any product and just save this. For this one here, we can also just save this. And that's it. This is done here, so you can see that this trigger too as well is now live. And what we can do here is that we can add this recipe to category. We can also tag this recipe, and we can come here and switch this to live, and you can see recipe set to live successfully. So right now, anyone who buys from this store will get these actions. So we can possibly still create a new recipe. This can still be customer engagement. Maybe for logged in user, let's still continue from here. I'm going to come back to everyone real quick. For this one here, we can still work with WooCommerce. And you can see for this one, like I told you, you can just trigger this based on view product. So you can click this right now. This can be any product or maybe a specific product. As usual, we can save this, and as usual, you can then add actions here, and you might want to maybe send an email to this person. Anyone just view a product on your store, you might just want to send an email to them. And you can come down here to customize your email. As usual, feel free to add whoever this is supposed to go through and go through all of that. And that's it. That's exactly how to do this. Send an email to them. Hey, I noticed that you have viewed this product on my store. Why have you not purchased from me? I can give you a coupon code for 5% in case that's a problem. And you can just market your product to this person. all automated on your WordPress website. And I think this is super, super cool. So feel free to just go through this. I'm not sure I want to just set up this recipe again. But one of the things that we can still do with this, maybe I should just delete this. And then we can work with Automator. Let's just see what we have there. I love what you can do with this. So you can see that I can select a trigger now based on a recipe that I have created. So I just created a recipe which is customer engagement. So I can set an automation using this Automator to say when a user completes this recipe, I might probably want to enroll them maybe in a free course I have on my store, or I want to upsell another product to them, or I want to just do something. And you can still see other things you can still do here, which is a user complete a recipe with error. So even if they get errors, this is able to track it. If a user complete a recipe without errors a number of times, you can also trigger this, which is awesome. So now I can trigger when someone completes this recipe, and it could be any type of recipe. But again, I only have one recipe here published. I might just want to work with this recipe here, and then I can say if somebody buys maybe twice from my store, so now the number can be twice. I can just say 2 times. If you have bought twice on my store and then you have gone through this recipe, I can trigger this for them. And I can just be, I want to maybe enroll them in a free course. I want to give them a free gift. I want to do whatever it is you want to do. You can just come to the action here. Unfortunately, I'm limited because I don't have a lot of plugins installed that I can easily integrate them with here. But you get the idea. So for the purpose of this tutorial, we can just send an email, whatever it is you want to do on your store. So you can come down here, send them an email. You can trigger as many actions here as possible as you want this plugin to do for you. So there are quite a number of use cases for this, but right now let's just go back to all recipe. I just want to leave this unpublished, so you can see this here is not published, which is okay for this use case. And then let's try to add a new recipe. So this time right now, this should be for everyone, and then let's confirm this. Let's see what we can do. You can see that for everyone right now, there is now quite a number of limitations to how I can use this. So right now, I can see that WooCommerce right now is now logged in the Pro. So this action here is more wider. It covers a lot of people. Imagine if you have a WooCommerce store where people don't need to log into their account to buy from you, you will not be able to target them in the free. Unfortunately so, using this plugin. It means you will need to install the Pro version for you to be able to do this. This can still be a lot useful for you because you can do quite a number of things. You can see at the free level here, this integrates with Elementor, and I have Elementor installed here. This also integrates with WordPress, so I can automate things here too as well. From here, we can work with marketing. Let's just say we want to say post outreach. Right? Let's just assume that we have a blog on this website, and anytime we make a post, when a post is published, let's select this trigger. So what actions do we want to happen on our WordPress website? So let's add an action. We might want to integrate this to maybe our social media. You can see Facebook. Unfortunately, for me to be able to use this, like I told you earlier, I will need to sign up for a free Uncany account. I need to sign up here, and then from there I can connect my social media pages like Facebook and other social media available for me to connect my post to. So that's extremely important. So I'm going to leave this the way it is. But again, to be able to get the best out of this, I would advise that you create a free account which will give you a particular amount of token that you can easily use to automate things, because these tokens will be responsible for all the publishing. In case you want to publish to Facebook, publish to this, all of those things will attract certain amount of token. So these are things that you can do literally for free, and I think maybe this should be taking me to checking what we can do with this at the pro level. if you invest in this tool, maybe I'm going to get to that eventually to show you what it costs. They have their plugin here, the Automator Pro plugin. I can easily download. They have other plugins too, like Automator Dynamic Content and Elite Integration add-on, which I'm going to touch in subsequent tutorials. If you want to see tutorials like that on this channel, ensure you subscribe, and then let me know in the comment section that you want to see tutorials like that. I'll be happy to prioritize those kind of tutorials. So right now, let's just install that. So let's come to plugins. Let's come to add a new plugin. So I have the plugin here. So I would be installing the plugin activated, and we can see we have a pop-up here for us to activate this. So we need to pop in our license. So I'm going to paste that here. I'm going to activate license. All right, so license activated. Other things we can do from here, like data management. For your recipe log, you can prune that, can specify the amount of days you want your logs deleted, and you can manually delete your logs from here. You can delete recipe record when the user is deleted. Quite a number of things you can do here to manage your data. You can also improve Automator in case you want to do that. But another fantastic thing we can do from here is our app integration. So from here, you can easily start. You can see here I have quite a number of apps here. I can easily now start linking to this. So you can see I can link this to my Facebook page. I want to automatically update my content to Facebook page. That's very, very possible. All I need to do from here is just connect a Facebook account. So let's say, for example, I just want to maybe integrate this also with Slack. Before I can do this, I must have definitely a channel. I can send a direct message to a Slack user, and I can send a message to a complete channel inside of my Slack. So if I want to do that, I can just come down here to connect Slack Workplace. You can see that these automatically pick up a Slack channel on Siok Media, and then I can just easily submit a request here, and then at the back end, this can be approved, and that's it. I will have access to now integrate maybe a post or whatever it is on my WordPress website to my Slack channel. That's fantastic, right? So now let's come back. So that's it. That's exactly how to do this. This is super, super, super simple. I love this. So the last thing we can do in our settings here is to come to advanced. One of the things you can do here is to activate background actions. So this is super simple. By default here, if you read it, it says when enabled, action that send data to external site or services will run in the background process to accelerate the execution of recipes. So we recommend leaving the site settings enabled unless instructed otherwise by support. So you can just easily come here to enable this. This would help you a great deal. You can still come to Automator Cache. By default here, this is turned on, which is super, super fantastic. So those are the things you can do here in the settings. So feel free to integrate this to as many apps as possible, as will help you automate everything on your WordPress website, and then you can begin to use this. So right now, if we come to all our recipe, we only have one recipe published right now. Let's add a new recipe, and let's see what we can do here as well. So from here, let's say we want to use this for everyone. As usual, let's confirm this. Now you can see that I have a broader range of things I can do here right now at the Pro. Alright, so let's still stick with WooCommerce since this is a WooCommerce store. Let's see what we can do. Let's say now for my use case here, I just want to target abandoned cart recovery. I can easily just put that here as a title. And then I can come down here. You can see now that for WooCommerce right now, I can now work with all the Pro features here. So if you go through all of this, you would see that we do not have any option here whatsoever to be able to capture somebody who just had something to cart, because there is no way that this plugin is able to capture a visitor who doesn't have an account on your website and be able to track what they do so that we can send an email to them. Because we don't have their email, we don't have their details, there's nothing we can do to them. You might want to make people create an account on your WooCommerce store first before they can buy from you. That would help you capture people even if they add a product to cart and they don't eventually check out. That's extremely, extremely important. So the first process in your checkout first should be that people create an account on your store. That way you have more target over people. That's extremely important if you're trying to automate your store and you want to be able to target people as much as if they had things to cart and they don't check out. I just needed to do this intentionally for you to be able to see this. This is still useful. You can target people when a product variation is restocked. You can target specific users on your store that you know probably have bought a particular item from you. A number of things you can do here. When an order is refunded, when an order is partially refunded, when a product variation is restocked or is out of stock, you want to send an email to certain people or trigger certain actions, or you want to tell yourself, you want to inform maybe your suppliers to know that this product is out of stock. You can do quite a number of things here. But if you want to achieve abandoned cart recovery, let's go over this to create a new recipe for this. Let me show you how that works real quick before I end this tutorial. This definitely will be for logged in user. Let's confirm this, and let's do work with WooCommerce. Now let's give this a title like we did before. You can see the first thing we have here is when a user had a product to their cart. That is now more detailed targeting, which is extremely important for your store. So what you want to do right now is to select this as a trigger. Definitely, and this can be any product in case this campaign is general. And then you can hit the Save Changes button. And then we have this trigger live. So now we can come to our actions. Definitely, we want to send this person an email. So right now, let's just come to emails from here, and then let's send this email. And we can customize this the same way I showed you earlier to users. We can come down here, come to common, user email, reply to customize that. Feel free to customize all of this. You can come to subject. You can just say your cart is waiting for you. Whatever it is you want to call that is possible. Hey, first name, you can add that. I just noticed that you added a product to cart and you have not checked out. I don't know why that is. In case it's a money issue, you can just maybe drop a coupon code for them to be able to maybe get maybe 10% discount or whatever it is you want to do to upsell this person. Feel free to type that here. And once you are done, save this. You can test this email, and that's it. So you can see that action here is to send this person an email, which is done. And again, you can do more with this, like by filtering this down or setting a delay to this. So let's say we want to delay this. Let's just delay this for a certain amount of minutes. We can just say 30 minutes. After completion of this trigger, which is okay, we can schedule this to a particular time in a day, or you can use custom token and value, but this is good. Just 30 minutes. If somebody had something to cart and in 30 minutes they've not been able to check out, send this email. There's still more we can do here as well. So we can filter this down. It's possible that somebody adds something to cart and maybe do not buy that, maybe open another page and then add something else to cart. And you might want to filter things down there. You can come to WooCommerce and you want to specify here that this user has not purchased a specific product. So again, there's a lot of use case for this. You can also want to maybe filter this down to a user who have purchased a specific product, is whom you want to target with this campaign. Just want to make sure that this user has not purchased a specific product on this store. That can be any product, or it can be a specific product on my store. That is literally up to you, but I'll just leave this as any product, and then I'll hit the Save Changes button. So you can see that this would be a very detailed targeting, and you can see you can add more conditions to this. Run this if this user have not purchased anything from here. Again, for this action, we can still do more. We can redirect when all triggers are completed. For example, if you toggle this on, we might want to maybe redirect them to maybe a dedicated thank you page, or maybe we have promised them a product. We can redirect them to where they can download the product from, or they can pick up the product, or maybe a course page, whatever it is, or maybe your site guidelines page, whatever it is that you want to redirect people to. That's also a possibility, and I think that's good. Another thing you can do from here is to add filters, loop, post loop, token loops. Awesome stuff there. I'm not sure I want to go into that right now in this tutorial, but I just love everything you can do here. You can run different types of automation campaigns on your WordPress website depending on the product, depending on what you are doing on your WordPress website. And I find this amazing. And that's my time for this tutorial. If you find it useful, as usual, make sure you smash the like button. Let me know your feedback about this tool in the comment section. If you are trying it out, whatever issues you have, to let us know in the comment section. I'll be happy to hearing from you. Subscribe to see more awesome tutorials like this. We still have more awesome tutorials like this on this channel coming up. Subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of them. I'll see you in another one, and until then, take care of yourself.